Stimulus control is one of the two most important parts of cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, also known as CBT-I. The main principle of damn. Stimulus control is one of the two most important practices in cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, also known as CBT-I. The main principle is very simple. You only use your bed for sleeping, or as they sometimes say, for sleeping and sex. There's other aspects of stimulus control, including having a regular wake-up time, only going to bed when you're very sleepy. But this aspect of only using your bed for sleep is the one that people really have a hard time with. So I'm going to focus on this in this video. So what is the stimulus that you're controlling? Okay, it has to do with your attitude towards your bed. Let me explain. Okay, long time ago, there was a Russian physiologist named Pavlov. And Pavlov did this sort of odd, a little bit cruel experiment with a dog. So he would feed a dog regular times. And when he put out the food, he'd also ring a bell. After a while, the dog came to realize, I hear the bell, I'm going to be ready for food. And the dog would start salivating. So what Pavlov did was, after a while, he would not put the food out. He would just ring the bell, and the dog would start salivating right away. What happened then is the bell becomes a stimulus for the dog to start salivating, right? Okay, so it may sound a little bit odd or tricky. Let's see how that relates to the bed. I'll bet all of you have had the experience of staying up late at night, probably past the time when you started to be really sleepy. And so you're watching a video, right? You're trying to focus, and your head keeps nodding, you can't keep your eyes open, and your mind keeps wandering, maybe even like hear the late night talk show host. For a minute, you're like not sure if you're dreaming. He starts talking to you and inviting you on the set. So you're thinking at that point, oh, I got to go to bed. As soon as as my head hits the pillow, I'm going to be like wiped out. So you turn off the video, you go to your bedroom, you get undressed, you lie down, your head hits the pillow, you're wide awake. Okay. Why does this happen? This happens especially to people with long-term sleep problems. What's happened is you've spent days, weeks, months, and maybe years where the bed has become a stimulus for attention, anxiety, and wakefulness. Why is this? Because you've struggled so long, you've spent so many hours in bed feeling crummy, worrying about being sleepy the next day, worrying about if you'll ever get, a good night's sleep again. The bed has become now a stimulus for inability to sleep. So here's how stimulus control works. It's incredibly simple, okay? When you're in bed and there's like 10 or 15 minutes where you're even a little bit uncomfortable, you can't sleep, you get up. Get up and do something relaxing, restful. It could be slow meditative movement, listening to calm music, watching a nature video, something like that. And when you become sleepy again, you go back into bed. Now, it sounds easy. When I teach this, I find people really struggle with deciding when to get out of bed, knowing what to do, knowing how long to wait before going back to bed. So I want to say, when you take our sleep course, you're learning not only with me as a guide to help you suggest what's best for you, but you're in a whole community where you can share struggles and successes with each other, and you'll find over time what works best for you. And it's amazing. It becomes very playful. People start coming up with all kinds of really neat ideas, things that I'd never thought of before, that work just right for them. It's really enjoyable. So instead of getting anxious or nervous when you wake up in the middle of the night, it's like, oh, this is wonderful. I'm just going to kind of rest here. Maybe I'll get up. I'll do some kind of mindfulness exercise. I'll do some yoga. I'll read something very calming, any number of things. And so then sleep, rather than something that you dread initiating becomes this adventure. You have a wind down period before sleep. You drift off effortlessly to sleep. If you wake up in the middle of the night, you think, oh, this is wonderful. I can rest here a bit, try some practices, sit up in bed, get out of bed, do something calming, and I can trust that I'll know when I feel sleepy enough that I can lie down in bed, let go, and drift off easily and spontaneously back into an effortless sleep. All right. So if you want to learn more about the sleep course, you can click on the link below this video. And I hope to see you soon in the conversation lounge of our Effortless Sleep Course community.